Welcome to Vizkits. If you're here, you've either attended our Get Accredited Ready training or you've just got a specific interest in Tableau. The training covers all you need to know to pass the Desktop Specialist and Data Analyst exams. Stick around at the end of the exercise solution for more information. By the end of the 18 exercise solutions, you'll end up with 4 interactive dashboards just like these. Solution 1.1 covers the following from the training: an introduction to Tableau, connecting to data, dimensions and measures, continuous versus discrete pills, data types, and Tableau file extensions. So we're in the Tableau splash screen here, and from the Connect section, we're going to go down to Microsoft Excel. Click on there and we're going to browse to wherever you've saved the customer orders and products spreadsheet that I've given you. Now in the data source tab, and from the sheet section of the data source preview tab, we're going to drag our orders table, and I'm just going to drag it here until we see drag tables here, and we're now connected to the orders table. If we want to create a new worksheet, click on sheet 1. This is going to get us into the worksheet interface. If you note from this, Tableau's made some errors in interpreting the data, and it's put our employee ID field into the continuous measures section of the data pane. We've also got a ship via code, and that's also been put into continuous measures section of the data pane. And finally, ship city has been interpreted as a string as opposed to a geographic field. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a cross tab, but we're going to rename our sheet 1 as orders. Then we're going to drag our ship country dimension, and we're going to drag that and drop it onto the row shelf. And then we're going to drag our order ID dimension from the data pane, and we're also going to drop that on the row shelf to the right of our ship country dimension. And then we're going to drag our employee measure from the data pane onto the row shelf. Note, because this is a green pill, a continuous pill, as opposed to an ID, Tableau's trying to not only aggregate this, but it's also giving us an axis, and we're getting an aggregated version of this represented as a bar chart, and obviously that's not what we want. So let's remove our employee measure, and what we need to do is turn that employee measure into an employee dimension. There's 2 ways we can do that. You can either right click here and say convert to dimension, but actually you could just drag that into the dimension section of the data pane. I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to rename that as employee ID. I'm now going to drag the employee ID dimension, and we're going to drop that on the row shelf between ship country and order ID. Then we're going to drag the ship city dimension to the right hand side of those other pills. We're going to drag our freight measure from the data pane, and we're going to drop that onto the text section of the marks card because we want a cross tab. Note the number format for freight is shown as a whole number. It's got no decimal places, and we want it to show with 2 decimal places, but we also want to show that as kilograms. You can right click on the freight measure in the data pane. It's going to change the default behaviour and change the default properties. We're going to choose number format, and then we're going to choose number custom. We're going to leave that at 2 decimal places, but we're going to put a suffix in there of kg. And if you click on OK, you can see now that our numbers are represented with 2 decimal places and they're in kilograms. Now we're going to quickly create a map. So it's a new worksheet button. We're going to rename this our orders map. And then we're going to drag our ship country dimension onto the detail section of the marks card. So we've now got a mark for each country, and Tableau has added automatically generated longitude and latitude onto the columns and rows shelf so it can plot those countries on the map. Then we're going to drag ship city into the detail section of the marks card, and note nothing happens to the map. And that's because our ship city dimension is being interpreted as a string data type by Tableau. And we want Tableau to see ship city as a geographic field. So I'm just going to click on the little string symbol, go down to geographic role and choose city. And you can see now the number of marks has increased. We do have 15 unknown. We'll deal with those a bit later on. We're also going to drag the orders count measure from the data pane and drop it onto size. So the size of the circles now are going to be represented by the number of orders in that particular country. And I'm going to increase the size of the slider till about halfway. I'm also going to drag another instance of our orders count onto colour. And you can see that we've got the blue continuous colour palette there. So the lighter blue, the fewer number of orders, the darker blue, the more orders. If I've got marks overlapping, I do like to change the opacity so we can see through them slightly, and put a border on there as well. I'm going to put a black border on. It just makes it a bit clearer now where they're overlapping. And I'm also going to edit the colours. So click on colour, edit colours, and we're going to change that to an orange to blue diverging. We're also going to use the full colour range, and then I'm going to choose the advanced section. So normally you'd use a diverging colour palette, for example, if you've got a negative and positive numbers, but you might also use that if you've got a KPI and you want to see any of the marks that are below that KPI or any of the marks that are above that. So I'm just going to set ours to 10 and apply that and click OK. And you can see any cities there with less than 10 orders using the orange colour palette. Any cities with more than 10 are using the blue colour palette. And then all you need to do, we're going to save that as a Tableau package workbook. So it's a file, save as, browse to wherever you want to save that. You're going to call it my Get Accredited Workbook. And we're going to carry on working on this workbook in all the other exercises. But notice the file type here is a .twb, which is a Tableau workbook. We want a packaged workbook. So if we go down to a .twbx, and that's going to package all the data in here. And click on Save. And you've completed exercise 1.1. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, follow and subscribe, as I'll be posting a lot more content than just the exercise solutions. And if you're interested in attending the training, then visit our website vizkits.co.uk. There's a course every week, and for only £99 you get a one-day online course that will cover all of the material that you need to know to pass the Tableau Certified Desktop Specialist and Tableau Certified Data Analyst exams. All delegates are given a 100+ page exercise manual containing 18 detailed exercises to complete offline. The exercises will test what you have learned and give the trainer an idea of how well you've learned the material. All exercise solutions are available as videos on YouTube, so if you get stuck, there's help available online. You'll need to submit the completed exercise workbook to the training for evaluation about a week after the course. The trainer will then schedule a 1-hour online face-to-face meeting to discuss your strengths and weaknesses and advise you if you're exam ready and what you need to work on. If you just want the exercise solution manual, then that's available as well for £19.99. See you all on the next video.